Hanging in like a fighter, I gotta be liver. Show a bob and weave and end them with good night.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the Phoenix Suns. For Phoenix,
we have the Jazz as the road team for today's Western Conference matchup. Glad to have you with us for more NBA action. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. You look at Phoenix, very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
And the atmosphere in this building is incredible. And as that win streak continues to grow, the fans' excitement has grown right along with it. And now we've reached that point where it's considered a frenzy.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Antetokounmpo out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Rose, following the shot by Kevin Durant. Capella, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Dinwiddie kicks to Collins. To the paint. Utah with the rebound. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stayed consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Shot clock at 5. And here's Rose outside. That doesn't go either for Rose.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Antetokounmpo against Durant. Antetokounmpo passes to Jackson. Rose kicks to Capella. Pass to Gay. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Gay's got his first bucket in this one. And there's the pass to Collins. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Nobody near Gay. That 3 off the mark. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And it's Durant missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Rose finds Antetokounmpo. Gay outside. Nailed from three-point land. Gay's got 5.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
Levine against Rose. There's the 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Jazz leading by 4. From deep, Gay. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Left side, Levine. From the baseline. And it's Gay with the rebound. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for Utah. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And looking back to last season, they won this season series as you'd expect.
Well, they were obviously the superior team a year ago, but a lot can change from one season to the next in the NBA. Let's see how this game plays out before we make any rush to judgment as to how they'll fare against each other this year.
Here's Durant. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And the sinewy body of Kevin Durant allows him to finish through the physical play.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lob pass to Capella. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Dinwiddie. Right side, Durant. No good on the 3. And so the first quarter is in the books. Utah out in front, up 6. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a...
The worst I've ever heard was my...
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor. But that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Utah, we've got Rose. Antetokounmpo is out there with Rudy Gay. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Something the NBA has tested out in the G League, Brent, coaches' challenges. What do you think?
I think the idea of making sure that the handkerchief matches the tie is a great idea.
Only you would say that. Only you would say that.
I'm just worried with some of the casual styles in the NBA that it's not going to be accessible. But
I think you're right.
I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to be interesting for the league. But it's going to happen.
Anything to make these coaches do more, make more decisions.
Make more decisions and make decisions that you know can impact whether or not your team wins the basketball game or loses it, because after a referee makes a determination that you think might be the other way, or they don't look at a replay where you're sure and certain that you could get possession, I'm reaching for the hanky.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Rose. He is still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Antetokounmpo. Outside for Jackson. Clock is at 3. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Levine with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Now here is McGee for 3. Durant scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Gay, passes it to Rose, back to Gay. The 3. Rebound by the Suns. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
Durant, no good.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Levine passes to Collins. Here's Dinwiddie. Back to Collins. Antetokounmpo against Durant. Over on Antetokounmpo. Off the left rim and out.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Utah shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
Well, a little bit each year. Giannis gets fouled at a higher and higher clip. That shows about how much more aggressive and how much more confident and how much more usage he's had through his first few seasons.
To the inside. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Antetokounmpo. Rose has got his first points of the game.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim. And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
Bit of a numbers game. More boards, obviously.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 13-point lead. How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, on the cut, off the dribble, he is a factor, and we saw that in the first half.
Coaches talk about having slashers on the team, and this is what they do. They get into the heart of the defense. They force difficult rotations. He's been tough to contain.
They've got John Collins. He's out there with Durant. Zach LaVine is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Dinwiddie in at the one spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Well, the Suns with just 21 wins last season. That's the second worst record in franchise history. This is a very proud franchise. So only their inaugural season as an expansion team in the NBA back in 1969 was worse. Brighter days for the Suns ahead.
Utah leading by 11. Jackson looking around. Kicks to Antetokounmpo. From deep, Gay. It's not going to go for him. Now the Suns take it the other way. And those 21 wins, not the way the Suns were hoping to celebrate their 50th anniversary.
No, not at all. By scoring margin, it was the worst season that they had in their history. So the games were not all that close. They lost by an average of 9 a game last year.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside. And even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
The 2K leaderboard is on the screen now to reveal the dominant scores in the NBA over the last month. Kevin Durant third.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
LaVine kicks to Collins. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
Jackson kicks to Gay. Lob pass to Gay. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Well, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top.
Yeah.
MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Outside Durant. The Suns need to get a shot off. Collins kicks to Dinwiddie. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Jackson finds Gay. Antetokounmpo against Durant. Antetokounmpo passes to Capella. Rose surveying the D. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. Suns trail by 11. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Inside, Dinwiddie. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson kicks to Gay. Dishes it to Antetokounmpo. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outside Durant to the middle. Looking for McGee. He gets it there. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Jazz lead by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Jackson is out there with Rose. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot.
Well, he's professional in everything that he does. Durant recognizes that opportunity and turns pro.
Jackson kicks to Antetokounmpo. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Jazz lead by 7.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Gay can't get it to go.
Well, the D looks like they're laying off just a little bit. He made 1 3 in the first half, but they're still daring him to shoot, and he can't make them pay for it.
Bean passes to Dinwiddie. Fires from the line, and too long on the shot.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And Rose always been one of the best at getting to the line. The D has to avoid fouling in those situations.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Suns trail by 6. Pass to Durant. Over onto Antetokounmpo, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Well, that's a smart shot by KD. Sizes up the D and then just cashes in.
Durant against Antetokounmpo. Inside. Here's Gay. Buries it down low.
That's too easy. A player of Rudy Gay's scoring prowess, he's salivating on shots like that.
Dinwiddie kicks to Durant. Kept alive. Collins passes to McGee. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Utah leading by 4. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Out to the right wing. Rose against Levine. Lets it go from 14. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And Rose always looking for his offense, and why not? He can put up points in a hurry.
Antetokounmpo against Durant. He gets that one.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
To the inside. Collins grabs the miss. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Phoenix. Trailing by 4. And Capella sends it back. Outside Jackson. Gay. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
The teammates celebrating Rudy Gay's big-time shot there.
For Phoenix, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And the Suns call time here. They're trailing by 6. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance. Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Igor Kokoskov address the team. He said, we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
34 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
And those attempts right now at the charity stripe are helping them pull away.
Here's Durant. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. Phoenix calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Levine dishes to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
This is what Durant does best, a natural-born scorer, and that combination of size, speed, and length can't slow it down.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Puts up a 3. Trifecta!
Wow, just makes that look so easy.
9 seconds left in the game. And now they foul and stop the clock. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one.
They have a chance to tie it up.
That next shot has to come from behind the arc. Only a 3 is going to save him.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us.
Together, there's a reason why they watch all night long.